What's going on, my queens and my guys? It's your girl Simply Remy, and I'm back again with another video. In today's video, I'm going to be doing an everyday makeup tutorial. But before we get into it, if you're new to my channel, don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and comment. I don't know why I'm still getting to the hang of this, but comment, and I'll see you guys in my next video. So hey guys, so today I'm coming to you and I'm going to be doing an everyday makeup tutorial if you guys haven't already seen by the thumbnail. So I'm going to start off by applying. What I did first was I made sure, like off screen, I made sure that I cleansed my face with some warm water. I gently patted dry with a towel, and now I am applying my moisturizer. I'm going to include all the products down below, but the moisturizer that I'm currently using is from Cetaphil. It's a moisturizing lotion, and it is used for sensitive skin. So this is my go-to. This is what I use for my moisturizer. So as you can see, all I'm just doing is just like making sure that I'm rubbing in my moisturizer prior to applying my primer, which is what I'm going to be doing next. I'll be taking my primer from NYX. If you're located in Mississauga, you can get this at Square One. But yeah, when it comes to primer, the purpose for primer is to create an extra layer between your skin and your makeup. Yeah, and it also helps your makeup last longer. It smooths out the skin surface, and it also, I didn't know this, but it can even out your skin tone. But also understand that different primers have different purposes. Like you have primers for your face, for your eyes, and for your lips. Basically what you're going to do, you're going to take like a squirt pea-sized amount of your primer, place it onto the back of your hand, even though I didn't do this in the video, and put a little dab along your face until it's all rubbed in, and then you're going to let it dry. Okay, so now we're going to move on to the eyebrows, and this is my Dipbrow pomade from what's it called, ANASTASIA, and you can get this at your local Sephora. So I'm going to take this now, and I'm also going to take my angled brush, which is also from Sephora. So it has an angled brush at one end, and it has like the spoolie on the other end. So on the other end, so I'm going to use these to actually like create the shape of my eyebrows, as well as to apply the Dipbrow pomade. So right now I'm combing up, using the spoolie end, I'm combing up my eyebrows into the shape that I want to create. So technically like an outline. So now you're gonna want to take your spoolie brush and first brush up, and then like in a diagonal way, and then go to, from when you reach the middle part of your brow, to continue doing in a diagonal motion, and then you're gonna want to take your spoolie brush still and kind of like straighten out the outline of your brows. Okay, so now we're going to switch things up a little bit. So now we're going to start applying the brow pomade to our eyebrows. So one thing that I noticed is that for a while I wasn't using my Dipbrow, and it started to get really stiff and hardened. So my girl Nika Baby, you guys can go and check her channel. Yeah, she gave me a little trick, and she said, you know, to take a little bit of olive oil, dip it into your brow pomade, mix it up a little bit, and it'll bring it kind of back to life. Because we all know, say, Sephora is expensive, honey. So I was not trying to throw out no piece of Dipbrow. Okay, so anyways, you're gonna take your dual brush. You're gonna use the angled end of that brush. You're gonna dip it into the pomade, and then afterwards you're gonna start slightly. I've learned to start from the middle of my eyebrow and kind of do the corner first, like the outer corner. So you're gonna slowly take the brush, as you can see that I'm doing, and basically trace the outline of your eyebrow until you reach the end of the outer corner, and then you can go gradually, like use a really light hand, and start moving towards the inner part of the eyebrow. Right? I always do my bottom first, and then I move to the top. And you want to make sure that when you're actually drawing on your eyebrows that you use a very light hand, because if you use a heavy hand or it's too strong, it's going to come out to be very harsh, and you want your eyebrows to look as soft and as natural as possible. Okay, so now we're going to be doing our right eyebrow now. So once again, same method. We're going to take the dip brow and then afterwards start outlining the righter eyebrow. So naturally, when you're doing your eyelashes, you want them to, your eyebrows, you want them to look as natural as possible. So one thing that I'm personally working on is like, I don't want my eyebrows to look very like very dark. So in order to create like a natural effect, whenever you're at the inner corner of your eyebrow, you want to do like little streak motions going upwards, but not having them as dark. You want them as thin as possible so it can kind of create that natural effect as if they are your natural eyebrows. Like as you can see that I'm trying my best to at least do little upward motions that can create little streaks of kind of like thin eyebrows. And to add the finishing touch to your eyebrows, all you're gonna have to do is take the spoolie end of the brush and comb your eyebrows out to make it look more fuller. And if you want, you can also switch and use the ankle brush and just use whatever excess brow pomade is on the brush and just kind of like brush it through to make your eyebrows look a little bit fuller. And honestly, don't even worry if your eyebrows are looking super crazy, because mine are looking super bigger than normal. Sometimes you're going to get different results when you're doing your eyebrows, but don't even worry, because now we're going to jump in and use our concealer to clean up any excess. Okay, so now I'm going to be using this LA Pro Girl concealer. You can get it at any beauty supply warehouse store. So basically, I'm going to be taking my concealer and I'm going to be applying this under my eyebrows so that I can clean up and make my eyebrows look more defined. So I'm going to take my brush. I'm going to take I'm going to squeeze a little bit of the concealer, right? And then I'm going to take my brush and get like dab it a little bit until it's like a really, really, really fine line, because I don't want it to be too thick, because then it's going to be too smudged and then the whole of my eyebrows are going to be looking crazy. So it's similar to like when you're actually applying the dip brow. You're going to be taking the concealer and once again outlining your eyebrow, doing a really, really, really thin layer, right? Because you want your eyebrows to look as clean as possible. So you're going to do this for the both bottom and the top once again. But honestly, to me, this is like the funnest part, because like I just like playing the makeup, and especially when you know what you're doing, it's just so much more fun. But anyways, as you guys can see, like I did a really thin layer under my eyebrow, and now I'm going to do the top, and then once I'm done, afterwards I'm going to switch to my other eyebrow. So as you guys can see now, I was able to successfully apply my concealer to the outline of my eyebrow. So I'm so sorry, I have no idea what the name of this brush is called. I'm gonna figure it out because it got wiped off. So I'm gonna take this brush now and I'm gonna use it to blend in the concealer. As you can see, honey, you see exactly why I said to make sure you take your time when you're applying the concealer under your eyebrow, because this is looking really nice. As you can see, the part that I'm going over right now, I applied a little bit too much concealer, but it doesn't matter, it's okay, it still looks nice, and you see how we're cleaning it all up together. So that's exactly how you want your eyebrow to look when you're applying the concealer under your eyebrow, to make sure everything looks nice and clean. Next, I'm just going in using my brush again, making sure that the concealer is nicely blended in properly. There's no marks anywhere. I'm rubbing it into my eye, or dabbing it into my eye, I should say. So as you can see, I'm in love with my eyebrows. I'm loving the left one. The left one came out really, really good. That's the overall look that I wanted. I wanted like a slight arch in my eyebrow. I feel as if like the right one is a little bit too big for me, so I'm gonna go back in and make a little adjustment to it. Right now I'm just brushing it out a little bit and combing the eyebrow hairs upwards in an upwards direction, and once again brushing it over. And yeah, so when I was doing my right eyebrow, I wasn't too happy with it because it was way too thick, and I wanted my eyebrows to obviously look and be the same size, because who wants one eyebrow bigger than the other? So what I did, I went back in and I took the Dipbrow and I slowly started doing like little upward strokes to kind of create like a lighter or a thinner appearance, because naturally like your eyebrows are thinner towards the end, and thinner from the beginning and thicker towards the end. So yeah, I'm just going back in doing that, and then afterwards I'm going to take the little brush that I had to blend in the concealer, and I'm going over it once again just to kind of smooth things out. I like this look a lot much better. Yeah, I like it a lot better compared to what it was looking like. I still love the left one much better. I love it. I did a really good job on that one, but I'll say it go. Next, we're gonna be doing the fun part. We're gonna be applying our foundation. So I don't have like those beauty blender brushes, so I'm gonna be taking like one of those sponges, those makeup sponges, and afterwards I'm gonna be using that to apply my makeup. So this makeup right now is my foundation from NYX. Once again, I got all my products from there because they're cheap, they're affordable, especially if you're a beginner and you're wanting to learn how to do makeup. I would highly suggest you go to NYX, because nobody wants to spend hundreds of dollars on MAC and Sephora, especially if you have no idea what you're doing. So I feel as if you're starting off doing makeup, you're a beginner, go to NYX. You'll get affordable, high quality makeup. So I'm going to take my foundation, I'm going to place it on the back, a small little dab or a little pea size amount on the back of my wrist. Is it the back of my wrist or the back of my hand? I don't fucking know. Back of my wrist. Start slowly applying my makeup. So what you want to do is you're going to take your sponge. Make sure prior to applying your makeup, you take the sponge and you put it under some warm water and you squeeze it out. Then afterwards you're going to take the tip end of the sponge, dip it into your makeup, and place it on your forehead, on your cheeks, on your chin, and if you want, your nose, right? Well, obviously your nose, but you know what I mean. So for those who don't know, and if you're a beginner like myself, like the purpose of foundation is to even out your skin tone, to hide blemishes, dark spots, and redness, to cover hyperpigmentation, and to cover your imperfections. And you're going to apply it over your whole face and over your neck. I don't personally do my neck, but hey, if you want to go do it, do what works for you. So what I'm doing is I'm taking the opposite end of the sponge, the thicker part, and I'm dabbing in like a little motion. Like, you don't want to smear your makeup, you want to lightly tap it or dab it from top to bottom, right? So that's how you want to apply your makeup. So by now you guys definitely get the point. I wasn't trying to have a whole video of me doing the whole of my face. You guys get the point. So anyways, once you're finished with applying, yes honey, yes. So once you're done once you're done applying your foundation, you're going to want to move to your concealer once again. So your concealer is more so to highlight certain areas on your face to make them look lighter. So you're going to want to apply it on your chin in the same you guys are gonna love how this looks. I look like a friggin' African princess with all these marks all on my face. Okay, so what's it called? So yeah, you're gonna want to apply it directly down the line of your nose, right? I think this would be called your upper lip, like right under where your nose is, and then your chin, and then once again your forehead, and then afterwards, once you've done that, you're gonna do underneath your eyes, right? Oh my god, it looks so pretty, bruh. Look at this, look at my face, look. Oh my god, I just love it. Anyways, when you're taking your concealer, you're going to want to squeeze slightly a little bit until enough is coming out, so at least you can brush. Like, think as if you're painting. You're just going to squeeze a little bit out, and then afterwards, as you're squeezing, that's when you're going to apply it and draw it in the direction that you want it to go on your face. So once again, we're gonna take our, it's called the cosmetic wedge, okay guys? So we're gonna go, I want to go look up the name. We're gonna go take our cosmetic wedge and make sure it's still damp, right? Once again, you're just gonna want to take the sponge or take the wedge and like just blend in your makeup or blend in your concealer, right? Until I guess it's not as noticeable, obviously, so like until it's properly blended in. And now we're moving to our eyes now. It's time to put on our beautiful false eyelashes. This was probably like my favorite part because I've been doing eyelashes ever since I was in high school. I love doing my eyelashes. It just makes such a difference to your face. You look grown, you look sexy. I just love it. I just love it. I just love it. So I'm going to be giving you guys my personal tips, and also like I have an additional video on how to apply your false eyelashes. You guys can go check that out. And yes, so let's get to it. The very first thing that we're going to start off with is applying our mascara, okay? So we're going to take our mascara wand, we're going to take that bad boy out, and we're going to curl our eyelashes. So okay, so what you're going to want to do is take your mascara wand. I learned this tip from Aaliyah J. Basically, depending on which eye you're doing, you're going to want to take your wand and like basically slide it across your eye, either left to right or right to left, and then just continue blinking until your eye is covered or your eyelashes are covered with the mascara. And you're going to want to do that for both eyes. So you can do once you do the top eyelash, you're going to just do the bottom eyelash as well. So now I'm applying the same method to my left eye. I'm going to call this the butterfly method because you have to continuously be blinking your eyes until you get the mascara on each eye. Okay, so now you guys can see that part of the lashes is complete. So now we're going to move on to applying the eyelashes. So to get the full video on how I apply my eyelashes, once again, I have a video teaching you guys how to do that. But what we're going to do right now, we're going to remove the eyelashes from the eyelash pack. These ones were already removed prior to, so these eyelashes have already been used. But basically, the way that the eyelashes come is how you're going to apply it on your eyes. So here, since I've already used them, I already have glue from the prior use. So right now I'm just going to remove the glue by simply just holding the eyelashes firmly but not too rough and just ripping off the excess glue. Okay, now so prior to starting, what we're going to want to do is make sure that we're measuring our eye shape to make sure that the eyelashes fit our eyes properly. So normally when you're going to cut your eyelashes, you have to make sure that you're cutting from the outer corner. When you get eyelashes, they purposely make the outer corner longer so that you can trim it to adjust to your eye shape. So right now I'm taking my tweezers, I'm holding it over my eye just to make sure that everything is measured. I'm not going to cut it because I already know my eye shape, but for those who are beginners, you're going to want to take make sure that if there's any excess hanging off from like where your outer eye ends, that's where you're gonna want to trim. So now we're going to be applying the glue, and the way that I apply my glue, I apply it from in the middle because you want to apply the glue where you're going to apply the eyelash first. So for me, I learned this trick a long time ago because I was always wondering why my eyelashes weren't staying long enough. But wherever you apply the glue is what's going to dry first. So normally if I know I'm going to apply my eyelash in the middle, I put the glue in the middle first, then I apply it on the outer corner, and then I apply it on the inner corner because those areas are going to dry one at a time. And you know what I mean, it's just makes it so that you get a more flawless look. So normally on the back of your eyelashes it says wait 30 seconds. I don't wait 30 seconds because then by that time the glue is way too hard. So I just make sure that the glue is like almost tacky but it's still wet. So I'm just slightly blowing the eyelash glue. So where I'm going to place it, I'm going to once again place it in the middle first, as you guys can see. It's a bit blurry, but bear with me. So yeah, right right in the middle. You want to make sure it's as close to your eyelash line as possible. So right in the middle. See, it just sticks and it gives me more grip to align it where I want to. For now, see, I'm going to be doing the outer corner. Yep, it's kind of tricky for me. And then now I'm going to move on to the inner corner, right? So it allows me to have a better hold that way. So as you guys can see, like, the eyelashes look so fucking sexy. I love them. It just goes together so nice. And as you can see, like, that's why it's very important that you actually measure your eye shape, because it makes it more for a flawless look and you don't have your eyelashes like falling off. Because if your eyelash is longer than your actual eye shape, it's gonna fall off. It's not gonna last long. So anyways, to finish applying this eyelash, you're gonna want to take your tweezers. You're gonna want to hold, if you have these, take the blue end, clamp it, and then you're going to want to tighten your eyelashes. That's what it's called. So you're going to go take the tweezers and clamp together your natural eyelashes plus the falsies, so it makes more of a seamless look. And you just want to do that for the whole, I guess, like the whole eyelash. Now once again, you're going to want to do the same thing on the other side. I'm not going to speed this one up because I want you guys to actually practice it and see exactly step by step what I'm doing. So yeah, exactly, I'm lining it up from where my eyelashes begin to where they end. That's exactly how you want your eyelashes to look. So another little trick I'm going to add for you guys is that a lot of people, if you don't feel comfortable to actually take the lash glue and apply it directly on the eyelashes because you're scared that the glue is going to be too much and it falls over on the eyelash, all you have to do is put a little pea size amount on the back of your hand, take a Q-tip and apply the glue in that way. So at least you know that you're not going to be making, it's going to be less mess for you and you don't have to worry about ruining your eyelashes. And there we go. I applied the right eyelash. Now once again, we're going to do the same method and just clamp together the eyelashes. And there you get to see that my eyelashes are blended in with the natural, the falsies, and you can see how flawless they look. I absolutely love them. I always know that I do a good job once they actually look aligned. Okay, so right now we're going to be taking our translucent powder, and basically I'm just finding out that translucent powder is used to set your makeup in, right? So you know, people are saying, oh yeah, we're going to bake. I'm assuming that's what it means. We're baking, so we're going to set in our powder. So I'm not really familiar with using the translucent powder, but from what I know, I applied the translucent powder wherever I applied concealer. So like if I applied concealer under my eyes, that's where I'm applying the translucent powder. If I applied it on my chin, which I did, I'm gonna do the same thing. Also, the powder is used to control shine and give your face more of like a matte finish look. And I believe it's better used if you have like liquid foundation, so it can help your foundation set a lot better. It's advised that you use like a large powder brush to set it in, but I just used whatever came in the powder itself. So yeah, girl. And normally I just let it sit for like 5 minutes. I don't know if that's how long it's supposed to be for, but that's what I did. And yeah, next we're going to be taking this large powder brush that they advised, and we're just going to like lightly brush off the translucent powder off of our face, so we don't obviously have that all this white powder all over us. Okay, so the next thing that we're going to be doing, we're going to be using our bronzer to add more definition to our face. So the bronzer that I have, it's honestly like a powder foundation. It's also from NYX, but the makeup lady there said that I can use that as a bronzer, and that's what I use. It actually really helps me. It's a shade darker than my skin, so that adds more definition to my face because it's darker, right? So basically, you guys can't really see what I'm doing, so I'm gonna kind of zoom in a little bit more. Okay, so I took my cosmetic wedge and I dipped it into the bronzer, quote unquote, and I'm really gonna try to explain this, but basically, like, from the beginning of my eyebrows, I applied the bronzer in like a triangle downward motion to the bridge of my nose, and then where I'm taking my brush, that's exactly where I'm gonna apply my bronzer. That's where I did apply my bronzer, right? So just to highlight the structure of my nose. And once that's done, you're going to take the powder brush, once again the smaller powder brush, and you're going to start actually trying to blend in that bronzer so that we can get rid of those harsh lines. So as you can see, or when you start to see it coming together, it's going to look as if like this is actually how my bone structure is of my nose, right? So we're just going to brush it in, blend it in so it looks nicer. Look at that. Look how defined my nose looks. It actually looks like my nose is that tiny. That's crazy. But yeah. And there we have the final look. I had a lot of fun making this makeup tutorial video. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and share, and post in the comments to let me know how your guys' makeup tutorials went. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.
Double up 3 or 4 times. I ain't telling no lies. I just run it up. Never let a hard time humble us. 5, 4, 3, 2. That's time I got to you. That